Hey, what's up, everybody? Cinephile Mike is here, and welcome back to Season 4 of Awards Season Reviews. We're counting down to the 98th Academy Awards with 98 reviews in 98 days. Quick reminder, if you don't want to miss any of the reviews, you know what you got to do. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss it. It's Monday, it's a new week, and this one, it's a little bit short because it's Shorts Week. This one will just be 6 days, and every day I will be looking at the nominated shorts along with some of the highly commended titles that came very, very close to that Oscar nod or were recognized elsewhere this season. So a slight shift in the format for this week. Unless otherwise noted, many of these films are not currently streaming. However, the nominated shorts collections are coming to theaters nationwide on February 20th from Roadside Attractions, so make sure you check your local listings. If you happen to be on the Academy Voting Board, I hope these reviews offer some helpful insights for you as you are making your selections. So to kick it off, and alphabetically, we are going to start with the 5 nominated documentary shorts. First up, All the Empty Rooms. Directed by Joshua Cinephile, this documentary is a painful look at just a small percentage of the rooms left behind by those children who were lost to this world in tragic school shootings. Famed journalist Steve Hartman, who was usually the voice of hope on his news segments, was eventually tasked with reporting on school shootings, and from the first one that he did in 1997, almost 30 years ago, the number of tragic shootings has increased from 17 to 132 per year. And for the last 7 years, Steve wanted to do a more intimate look at those who have been lost. And accompanied by photographer Lou Bopp, they visit the homes of the last 3 families that they need to document of the group. Editing together archival footage, talking head interviews, and various spy-on-the-wall footage, we see Hartman and Bopp documenting this work. Cinematographer Matt Porwoll gives us intimate behind-the-scenes moments, not just of them doing their work, but how they respond to the work, painful as it is. And Cifeile's editing team really keeps the narrative moving, where we spend time with each family and see how it isn't enough. And it reminds us that we need to be speaking more about the people that we've lost and not just the people who have caused these incidents to happen, which is a fact that they bring up. In addition to the film's Oscar nod, amongst its dozen recognitions, worth noting it received an honorable mention prize at the International Documentary Association Awards for short films. It was a nominee for Best Short at the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards, and it is currently streaming on Netflix. For me, All the Empty Rooms is a very poignant 5-star documentary. Next up, we have Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud. Directed by the late Brent Renaud and his brother Craig, this film is a tribute to Brent, who made the unfortunate history of being the first American journalist killed in Ukraine in what was said to be a deliberate attack by the Russians. Told in a non-linear format, we are shown both joyous and tragic images from Brent's reporting life, including some very uncomfortable images from that tragic day in March of 2022. So consider this a little bit of a warning on the content. It's very difficult to see some of it. However, the film doesn't just spend its whole short runtime on this one event. It looks at Brent's time, yes, in Ukraine, but also in Haiti and other countries all around the world where he went to document what was happening, to report it back to the world. The editing team behind edits the images, archival footage from news reports, and lots of footage shot by Brent and his brother Craig to craft a portrait of a man who wanted the world to know what was going on. And in some tearful talking head moments, Craig shares with us the love that he had for his brother and discusses the impact of the word they had. In its short runtime, we really see who Brent was and, see those who celebrated his work and get some intimate footage from his funeral. Composers Peter Adams, Bonnie Montgomery, and Luca Madison Tafoya soothe some very difficult to watch moments with a score that helps digest the content to go down. In addition to the Oscar nod, the film won the Audience Award in the documentary short competition at South by Southwest and was also a Grand Jury Award nominee there. This touching and reflective 4-star short is currently streaming on HBO Max. Okay, moving along. This is a powerful set of documentary shorts this year. We have Children No More, Were, and Are Gone. Directed by Hilla Medalia, this documentary short takes an observational approach of events as recent as just under a year ago. Starting in March 2025 in a public square in Tel Aviv, various women engage in a silent vigil where they hold up photos of the various children who have been lost as a result of Israeli attacks in Gaza. Now, as we see the event grow week after week, more and more individuals join, and the number of photos with sayings such as was and is no more and involved against their will, addition to the images of the children with their names, their ages, the dates that they died, it just keeps growing. And this is painful to watch as these people are only making a silent vigil, and it's made even more disturbing sometimes to watch when we see how they are treated by others on the streets. Whether, we see some of these images where cinematographer Avner Shahaf shows the people screaming at them, yelling at them, calling them, telling them to leave the country, versus the people who just turn their heads and look away. This film definitely invites a response and a conversation. Editor Erez Laufer effectively brings everything together, smartly underscored with music by Daniel Markovich. In all of this, Medalia shows a full portrait of the feelings by individuals on both sides. The ones that are in the silent vigil and the ones that are commenting. It doesn't undermine the tragedy at all, but wants to, make this scene. As far as I can tell, the only nomination the film currently posts on IMDb is its Oscar nomination. However, it did perform at Oscar-qualifying festivals such as Doc NYC, allowing it to earn the nod. As for now, this powerful 4-star film is not streaming anywhere else, just part of the showcase coming to theaters. Now, we have The Devil is Busy. Directed by Gita Gandbir and Crystal N. Hampton, this film is a look at the day in the lives of the employees who work at a women's health center in Atlanta, Georgia. Since the law changes around abortion have been changing across the country, in Georgia, abortions are still allowed. However, there are very strict guidelines as to when they can occur within a certain timeline. However, this doesn't make the circumstances any safer, and our primary subject, known only as Tracy, no last name provided, who is the head of security for the clinic. Being the first one to arrive, Tracy performs checks of the building, puts out snacks, tries to make things comfortable and safe, as the other security guards arrive to provide support for patients to come from their car into the building and to get out, while a small group of sometimes new but mainly faithful regular protesters who are constantly gathering outside. In addition to Tracy, we also check in with the call center operator, the sonogram technician, and the doctor on site, who also share their thoughts on the current state of affairs and their frustrations with, how they have to act. Additionally, we also learn a little bit more about the protesters and who they are through some talking heads with Tracy, which has a fascinating color and layer to the whole thing. Many of them are protesting, claiming that these acts are against the Bible, and yet Tracy is there to say the issue is that God's word, depending on who is interpreting it, interprets it for how it needs to be done. A powerful watch. In addition to its Oscar nomination, the film won Best Documentary Short Audience Award, and it was nominated for a local jury special mention at the Palm Springs International Short Fest, which qualified it for its Oscar potential, and it also was a Best Documentary Short nominee at the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. This revealing 4-star documentary, for me, is currently streaming on HBO Max. Now wrapping things up, we have Perfectly a Strangeness, the lightest of the group of 5, written and directed by Alison McAlpine. This film is a dialogue-free meditation of discovery and all its simplicity. For 15 minutes, you are treated to a haunting atmospheric score by Ben Grossman, completely recorded by him and Julie Howell, as we watch 3 donkeys, Palomo, Ruperto, and Pale, who stroll across an unknown desert and stumble upon a functional, uninhabited astronomical observatory. Not only is this a discovery for the donkeys, but we are treated to a view of the universe itself, as vast as the desert in which those donkeys traverse. Nicholas Cannicchioni's stunning cinematography spans across the skies, showing these sweeping scenes as well as giving us close, you can see in the poster, stunning looks into the animal's eyes, and also that of a small friend who crosses paths with Cannicchioni's camera. With this short, McAlpine shares dual lines of discovery, that which we strive to understand in the great unknown, and these simple creatures trying to comprehend what they have traipsed upon. While there are no simple answers, the journey is quite stunningly captured. In addition to its Oscar nod, Perfectly Estrangedness has received over a dozen wins from over 3 dozen nods, including being a Palme d'Or nominee for Best Short Film at Cannes, an honorable mention in the short documentaries, with a win at the International Documentary Association Awards. This simple, adorable 4-star documentary, not streaming now, but coming to theaters. All right, so there you have it. Thank you all for joining me for episode 71 of Award Season Review, Season 4. We have 27 days left, so make sure you stay with me. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, drop your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me everywhere on social platforms, on Letterboxd, and of course, head over to cinephilemike.com for even more movie reviews and movie goodies. I'll be back tomorrow with the next set of short reviews. Remember, these are coming to theaters February 20th. From film distributor Roadside Attractions. Make sure you go check them out. Check your local listings. Until then, everyone, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.